Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Here's Fabiosa. In the wonderful city of Raleigh, North Carolina today. Wonderful day here. Let's give you just another minute here while people join us. Let me see. Have a little bit more than 25 people live already, 26. So meanwhile, feel free to introduce yourself. I think it'd be great. You're going to be here between 45, 50 minutes today. So don't be shy. Say hi, where you're calling from. And then you're going to be ready to start. All right. So I think we are ready to go. So welcome, everyone. I see we have people from Portugal, from North Carolina, and I'm pretty sure I have more people present introducing themselves. I'm from Argentina, Brazil. Welcome, everyone. Great. So today we're going to talk about this new theme called MCP server. Right? We want to be very open about what you have done so far, how you can use our MEP server, and how it fits in the AI ecosystem. Okay, so that's our first webinar about this theme. So I hope you guys enjoy. So we are here. We are going to split this presentation in three parts. Myself, Fabiosa. Then we are going to hand part of a presentation to Vitor Lima, our software developer, who has been working a lot recently with AI. And then Freddy Minus, he's going to do a live presentation using the MEP server. So I really appreciate their help. You're going to hear from them in a few minutes. So the agenda for today is basically explain what TagoIO MEP server is, how it works, how you can connect, how much it costs, where is the documentation, things like that. We want to introduce some TagoIO agents so you can understand the impact that this can create. And also, of course, we are going to talk about practical examples and user cases. Fred is going to make a presentation live. I think you're going to have a lot of value there. And for last but not least, we're going to have our Q&A session. Okay, you're going to be open for questions, but you don't need to wait until the end of the session. You can make a question here using the chat or Q&A, feel free, whatever channel you feel more comfortable. Make your question at any time. We'll be monitoring. We'll have more people here to help us. And right away, if possible, we are going to reply to you. If not possible, we guarantee you're going to answer at the end of the presentation. Before we move forward, though, I would like to do a very simple poll here. Okay, let me start with a poll, very basic, to understand about you. Okay, just going to take 1 minute. I'm going to publish it right now. Please vote. How much have you used AI in IoT so far? We have 4 options there. I hope you can see on the screen. I cannot see, but should be there. Yeah, I see people voting. Okay, so if you never really use it, AI in IoT, go with the first one. If you have just read some books and explore a little bit, go with the second one. If you run some experiments here and there, you have the third option. And if you already have deployed some project, at least developed some projects using AI and IoT, you have the last one. Okay, I will give you more few seconds. Okay, appreciate the vote. So I'm gonna end the poll. I hope you can see. I don't have an option here. Vitor or somebody can help me if is available for people to see.
I believe they can see in the poll section.
Yeah, there is a button there, poll. Anyway, I can read for you very quickly. So 50% answer that they really never use AI in IoT, 28% explore a few times, 21% did some experiments, and I think zero really never did multiple AI in IoT. Okay, let's start then. So first, let me put the context here. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with TagoIO. We are a cloud IoT platform that is a full stack platform that contains not only visualization, but the device management, user management, analytics, the portal, data storage, security, really the whole package. And we know that AI can add a lot of value, and we are wondering how we could extract the value and make sure, more importantly, that our customers, developers, could get the value from AI in IoT. And I think we are almost on the same boat with many companies. It's really big task to figure out. So we see in a simple way that AI, when applied to IoT, it has at least two purposes. We separate in two parts, okay? Of course, it can enhance the system through an intelligence and give insights. So in the left side, you used to say here that first, we can use AI for development to develop a new application, to build a new application is not a small task when you talk about IoT. The ecosystem is very big, right? You have things like the small sensor, connectivity, you have security, then you have to take care about this device, make sure it is sending information correctly, you need to decode information, and then you have to build the application and so on. It's not only a dashboard, right? So we are going to talk a little bit about that, how you can use the AI to accelerate and build and maintain IoT applications. For example, you can generate code and debug the applications with AI. You can build the dashboard automatically and create automated workflows. On the other side, we also believe that it's important to have, let's say, a cluster of benefits related to analytics and metrics. So it's not about the development, but the usage of AI to turn the sensor data in real business value. For example, collecting and processing sensor data in real time, extracting insights, and what a lot of people want, right, and need is generate predictive analytics. So these are the two topics here. And we are going to be covering that one relate to the development. We're going to see from now on, Victor going to introduce how we can extract the value from AI, and he's going to start talking about the MCP server. Victor?
So, hey everyone, happy to be here, leading AI development within TagoIO. So let me introduce you to something we launched earlier this month, the TagoIO MCP server. So you can think of MCP as a bridge that connects your favorite AI tool directly to TagoIO. This is going to allow AI to talk to your IoT data and even to perform real tasks. So it's not just about answering questions. The communication flows both ways. So your AI can read data, create automations, and even manage your devices. And notice here in the last box, TagoIO is able to control what your AI can access through our access management system. So a couple of tools available for MCP is to collect real-time device and data management. It can manage your devices, create actions for you, see your users, and access profile metrics and statistics of your account. We also added the support for integrated documentation, so you could ask questions for any of TagoIO services, and your AI tool can reply based on the documentation it searches inside our documentation database. So what makes TagoIO MCP server special? So first, it's optimized for advanced AI models. So we built this tool especially for the new generation of AI that can actually do things, not just chatting. Second, you skip the complex APIs to learn. And for a lot of people, this is very important. APIs are not the easiest thing in the world. So you can use your AI, which already knows how to work with the MCP protocol. You just need to connect and start working and asking your questions or asking AI to perform some tasks. Third, the MCP runs locally on your machine. It means your data stays secure and under your control. We are not seeing what you're asking, what you're doing. It's all on your AI clients that you're using. And most important, you get granular permissions through TagoIO access management. So I want to talk also about the IDS, right? So for development, I think MCP brings a very good plus to when you are using things like Visual Studio Code, Cursor, or Cloud Code, since if you are developing analysis for applications, you can connect this tool to MCP, and then your AI agents can now access your data for debugging information in your analysis. It can debug your analysis console. I'll ask Freddy later to show you how the MCP works in practice with an idea like this. So using MCP is incredibly simple. You just tell your AI client about TagoIO MCP server. For example, you can say, use TagoIO MCP to collect the daily average temperature for all my sensors. So this is a valid question. And if you want to create automations, you can ask AI to create one that sends you a notification, for example. And if you are debugging analysis code, you can ask the AI to check your analysis consoles for errors or check your device data to understand why something is happening. Now, I know many of you are thinking, this sounds powerful, but is it safe? So this is our access management interface. Many of you may already know this interface by now, and it's very granular. You can specify exactly which devices, which users, and which kind of operations the AI can perform. You can even filter by tags. So if you tag your production sensors differently from test sensors, the AI will only see what you allow it to see. TagoIO MCP is already available for you to use with your favorite AI client now. Now, here's something completely new that we are announcing today for the first time, TagoIO agents. We have been working this for months, and I'm thrilled to finally share with you. So, what are agents? Think of them as specialized AI workflows that are configured especially for TagoIO tasks. So, look at this diagram. You can connect any AI model that you prefer directly to TagoIO, and we provide specialized agents for different jobs. For example, documentation, dashboard, analysis code, payload parsing, and automation agents. These are not generic AI tools. They are going to be experts in our platform. So what makes our agents special? They are built for TagoIO, so they understand our data structure, our workflow, and our best practice. Agents are going to be context aware, so they know what you are working on a dashboard, or if you are debugging an analysis or checking a device page. They are going to work everywhere in Tago, so no need to switch between different tools. And you can bring your own AI models, so you can use GPT-4, Anthropic Claude, or whatever works best for you. And here's something else. This is the first look at our completely redesigned admin interface coming later this year. See how natural this looks like? I'm just asking list devices with a certain tag, and the AI instantly finds and displays them. So no clicking through menus, no complex search, just ask and you receive. So this changes how you interact and develop with our IoT, how you develop your IoT application. So this new interface is going to launch later Q4 this year, along with the agent's capability. Yeah, so before I ask Freddy here to show you a live demonstration on how to use the MCP with real use case examples, let me ask you, Fabio, what do you think about this news and the impact it's going to have on developing applications with TagoIO?
Yeah, that's a good point. So you showed here. I'll give you just a sneak peek of the new UI that our team is designing. So we spend a lot of time doing that in the last month. It's not only dark mode, that's something that we want to do for a while, but it's also adding the AI natively so that you can do search that's much more intelligent, just the traditional search. You can make, of course, questions and ask it for actions. And I think that's a game change because, of course, Talk is very powerful, but we know that it demands some time. So to develop application, it's gonna short the development time, make it much easier to develop applications using TagoIO, and at the same time keeping the result very powerful. So moving forward, before we have here Freddy going to the live demo, I'm gonna run another quick poll about just let me click here. Okay, what are the challenges that you are facing for IoT development? What is the top one that comes to your mind? First one is create code or programming. The second one is build visualization, or is more about automating the workflows, or last one is really to make sense of the data. So very quickly here, just a few seconds, please vote. So what are the challenges? I don't recall if you can pick just one or more. So it should be online for you right now. I see people voting. So hopefully it's available for everyone here. I'll give some seconds, of course. Be quiet. Okay, thank you for voting. I'm gonna end the poll. Okay, people still voting, just more few seconds. All right. So I'm gonna end the poll now. I can see people already voted. 3, 2, 1 is closed. All right. So we had 50% saying that the main challenge is code generation. 12% is build visualization, dashboards, and other things. Second place tied are the two bottom options: create automate flows and extract insights from data. Okay, so good news is that AI tool here that we're introducing for sure going to help a lot to mitigate this challenge. So now let's move with Freddy. So Freddy, you have the stage.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. So as Fabio and Victor mentioned, we're going to be going over some live examples here for the MCP. So the first thing I want to show here is, of course, my application. So I've created an application here with mock data, which actually use the actual MCP to create the data itself. So that's kind of interesting. So here we have a dashboard showing compressor data. I'm not a compressor expert, of course, so just keep that in mind. So as we can see here, we have 5 compressors of 2 different types. And I'm going to open my Claude Desktop here, which is what I'm using in order to connect to the MCP itself. So here I have 2 prompts which are already generated here, which I'm going to go over right now. So the first prompt is mainly asking which of my compressors have a high vibration rate, and let me know which ones are at the highest risk of failing in the next month, basically. So here what the model does is it gets the data from TagoIO using the MCP, using these device operations. First, it looks up the devices, then it gets the actual device data here. So this is everything here that you're seeing can be selected if you want to enable or not using the token that you're giving to the MCP server, which I'm going to show you later on. So that's how we get the data. Then it looks up information online regarding these compressors in order to compare the vibration data with the data online. And then finally, it shows a report explaining what compressors are good, what compressors are bad, and how to, what are the immediate recommendations. For example, here we have 3 compressors of that type, and each one is inside of a different risk using their vibration, their last vibration variable here. So that's a way that you can get quick data analytics without developing anything. The only thing I did here was connect the MCP to my application. My application already has all the data. And then I simply ask a question in plain English. I didn't have to do any coding to get this information, which is why it's so useful. Then here I have a second prompt, which is already pre-generated, which is getting additional data analytics, but this time creating a table along with the compressors and that I've requested. So here you can see I look up the devices using the MCP. I do additional looking up for more devices. Then here I get all of the data for each compressor. And then I produce this table, which is exactly what I've asked for. And since the model also decided to give us additional key observations for each compressor in this case. And just like the other one, I didn't have to do any code in order to get this information, which is the best part. And then lastly, I have a prompt here that I'm going to run right now, which is going to look up my data input resources in this case. So according to the amount of data that I'm using this past month, am I going to be able to get to the end of the month without reaching my resource limit, basically? And you can do this with any of the services that TagoIO has. So analysis runtime, for example, too. So I'm going to run it here. Hopefully it'll run successfully because there's lots of probabilities in AI. Let's see here. Okay, so first it's gathering the limits. So how much data input I have inside of the profile itself. So what's the max? And now it's getting how much I've been using in the last in this interval here. And now it's using that data in order to check if I have enough space or resources. So as you can see here, I have enough. Here, the bottom line, I have plenty of resources. And you can do that for any service inside of TagoIO. So this is basically more business use cases. So that's why we're using Claude Desktop. Now that I've shown you what you can do with it, let me just quickly show you how you can install the MCP on your Claude Desktop. It's very, very simple, very quick. So you just come here to Claude, settings, go open this here, then go to developer, edit config, and then you just copy and paste that information that we have in the documentation, which is this right here. So you'll copy this and then paste it inside of the Claude Desktop config.json file. Then lastly, you'll have to add either your profile token if you don't care about the authorization part, or you can add the analysis token if you want to specify exactly what the MCP can do. So that's how you install it. And then all you have to do after that is to, forgot the word, restart Claude. So, and you'll have it working here. So those were the examples for business-related examples or use cases. So I'm gonna close that and go back here. And then here, I have an analysis. And it's running externally on my computer. So now if I head over to my cursor IDE, we can come here and see that I have my analysis here, which basically looks up all my compressor devices and then gets the most recent data and transforms the time of that most recent data to the device's tags. So as the last uplink tag. So that's what it does. But I have an error in this analysis, so it will not function as I want it to. So if I run it here,
Okay.
let me restart the connection here. So now if I run it here, you can see that no compressor devices were found. So I'm just going to copy this error that I received, paste it here, and I added the prompt fix this error using the TagoIO MCP. So now if I hit send, it will then look for the error. So it's looking up devices. And it found out that there's no devices with this tag. and value here. So it now found out the error, which was the type of tag using the lookup for devices. And it also fixed the function documentation here. Good part about AI. So now if I accept it and then run it once again, you can see that the errors were now fixed. And also, lastly, I have a prompt here regarding creating an action as well, which I'm going to run right now. I'll run in this same context here. So if I place this here, I'm asking it to create an action with lots of specific information. So now if I click run, okay, so now it says it created the action successfully. Now let's check that. Let's come here to actions. Here, this one was an old one that I was testing out, and here's the one that we've just created. And yes, it created it as expected here, looking for the temperature value above 80 Fahrenheit for the correct device, the name of the action, sending a push notification to myself, and the title and message are correct as well. So those were the examples that I wanted to show. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Just a second, Freddie. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So just to summarize, you separate in two parts, right? The first one you call business is like someone like me who is not a programmer, right? I install in my cloud, I pay like $17 a month with Claude Desktop. And I do the application so that I allow my cloud AI talk with my account, right? So it's have authorization. And then I started talking, write things like, hey, if I had a compressor and I can check the data in my buckets that the devices are sending, I can ask for an analytic result, things like that. And also, still for this part, I can type things like you did. Hey, do you have enough resources in my account if I double the number of devices next month, right? So it's really not only to see data from the device, but also my account, my billing, things like that. So is that correct?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And the second part that you did was you, as a programmer, use the tool to go to analysis. That analysis is basically our programming, right? Our scripts inside the TagoIO that runs at TagoIO, not on the AI stuff, right? But you use it to improve and create the actions and the analysis.
Exactly.
Okay, just try to summarize and see if people have a question about that, because these are the two things that we see immediate benefit for, frankly, anyone to use, right? Use a cloud. For example, we have this case of a compressor. We have customers that design, manufacture industrial compressors. Of course, Fred is not an expert. I'm not an expert. I just did we mess a little bit with the numbers here, but they are really using these to make sense of their data. They are uploading their data sheet and say, hey, this is the real compressor, and the compressor is being used in this application, and this is my data, giving me recommendations. And they are the experts, and they can refine the prompt. Freddy did something very simple, right? But in the real case, you can continue investigate and use the powerful of the power of the AI agents with the Tago.
Right. I really want to iterate that these are very simple examples. You can make it a lot more complex if needed, for sure.
Yeah, but you have access. I mean, anyone have access right now, right? So that's not something that you're going to release next week and next month. Is done. right? Is ready to go. The MCP server using Stern agent, as Vitor mentioned at the beginning, is ready to go, right? The native AI part inside that Vitor showed in the new interface, that's something you coming in a couple of months from now. But the MCP, as everything that Fred showed here is real. He did something with environment that anyone here can use. Even if you have a free account at TagoIO, you can use it.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Vitor, do you have anything else to add while you go back and see if people have any question?
Just to comment out one thing that I saw Freddy doing is that he asked AI to check the internet for that specific sensor information, right? So I could see there the AI did search the internet and did collect information about that specific compressor. I think that's one of another great tool, because MCP is not just about connecting Tago to your AI client. MCP, you can use a lot of different MCPs to even connect different applications, right? You can have, for example, Notion, notebooks, your Google account connected to your AI together with TagoIO MCP, and all these applications suddenly start to talk with each other. I think we can move on to the Q&A, Fabio.
Oops, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, perfect, for sure. Any other question, please? Just write down. If you have a question, comment, any critic, suggestion, we are open for that. We know we have people who have more experience here as well, work with AI. So we are open for a question now. While you write your question here on the right, Vitor, there is one that you already replied, but I think it's good to share it with everyone, right? I think the question is, and then you can reply, Vitor, can we use an external agent to generate customized report on a scheduled basis?
Oh, for sure. So we already have in the market a lot of different applications that can create workflows, pipelines for your AI. So Freddy did show only Claude Desktop and Cursor, but you can be sure there is many more applications out there that can create automations using AI. So MCP can be used in any of these environments. So you can create right now your customize this client to access TagoIO and create schedules, create reports for you, for your customers even. You can even use today analysis if you want to integrate AI to your application. It's going to be easier when we do release the TagoIO agents. But for now, if you write a script that use OpenAI APIs, for example, you can already do lots of very cool applications. Yeah, so it seems we don't have any question, Fabio.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't see a question here, but there is one that I want to bring then. people ask me from time to time if there is any cost to use the MCP, the request. For example, if I use an agent, start to do a lot of things, and the agent started to get millions of data points, can I do this very quick? Like, what are the concerns related to the cost and my limitation of the usage? Vitor, can you answer that?
Yeah, so yes, there is a cost not related to the MCP itself. It's more about your limits. So using the MCP is going to use your data input, data output limits, device list limits. So you have a set of hard limits for your profile, right? So you should be checking on that. Usually it's not a problem for the MCP because MCP is usually kind of slow in how it operates, is the nature of this kind of application. But it's going to use your data inputs. So you should be checking what your AI is doing, how many data is collecting. And it's going to affect your billing at the end of the month.
Perfect. So again, bottom line is there is no additional cost, but as Tago track or monitor the input, output of data, that would be your limitation, right? So if you have, let's say, a free account, if you have like, you can extract, I don't recall by heart now, but like 3 million data points per month. And if your agent starts to extract that amount, of course, you can hit the limit, right? But it's worth it, right? Because again, it helps for development and also helps you to get insights. There is another question here from Rodrigo. Thank you, Rodrigo. The question is, so MCP is already available to use? Yes. Again, everything that we have, Fred has presented here is available, okay, is real. So you just go ahead and follow the documentation. Have a question, just go to our community, add your comment there, add your question. We are using this a lot, and we'll have see customers also using this to get more insights. Again, very powerful. We are gonna inform you in the next month about the update related to the AI inside of our platform, that preview that Vitor present. And we want to have some customers work with us in, let's say, in the beta version, because we are collecting a lot of inputs from customers. We want to make sure that's very helpful, right? We don't want to add AI just because it's a nice thing. By the way, it's not a nice thing, right? It's extremely expensive, can be expensive, you don't use it well. So we want to make sure that really generates value during the development phase and also for your user. Because think about that, our roadmap is that at the end of the day, you can allow your end user to go there and make questions, right? It's not only for development or for you as a specialist. You can allow your customer to make a question about their equipment, about their utilization. I see another question here. Vote will be available. I don't know what you mean. Okay, I think the record, right? So yeah, we are going to send this record to everyone who attended this call here with us, and keep you up to date. If there is no further question, I really appreciate your participation. Take a look in our documentation, and we are here to have conversation. Or if there is anything specific that you didn't want to share here with us, feel free to share with us separately. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for the participation. I really appreciate. Thank you for the presenters as well, Fred and Vitor. I think it was a very good job, clear communication. Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.